What is the opposite of love? And if you like most people that I ask this question to, you will say the opposite of love is hate. From the emotional point of view, this is true, that the opposite of love is hate. But if hate is the opposite of love, how can we love somebody you hate? How can we forgive people that we don't like? So that's a problem, because in most great religion, Buddhism, Christianity, we said that we have to forgive, we have to love people that we don't like. And so let's look at it carefully. Let's look at a different perspective. From the intellectual and from the practical point of view, the opposite of love is not hate, actually. The opposite of love is fear. Think about it. In fact, hate is actually only the result of fear. If you're afraid of dog, then you will hate dog. If you're afraid of your teacher, you will hate your teacher. If you're afraid of mathematics because you're not good at it, you will hate mathematics. So hate is the condition caused by this fear. When we are afraid of something, it creates stress in our mind. And we want to remove this stress. So in order to remove this stress, we created something or somebody. Now we can deal with it. So we created a person. We create people with different religion, people with different color skin, because we're afraid of them. Now we can deal with them. Now we can discriminate them. Now we can put them in prison. We can even kill them. But you see, one thing is important. When we discriminate people, when we imprison people, when we destroy people, the stress do not go down, the stress do not reduce. In fact, the stress will increase. This is what happened for people who do revenge. Instead of removing this fear and stress, it actually increases it. But there is another opposite of love. You see, if love is in the middle here is fear, the other side is indifference or lack of caring. There is a saying that, it is better to hate people than to be indifferent to them. Just think about it. People who commit corruption, for example, they do that not because they hate the people, the community. When people actually do child trafficking and women trafficking, they don't do it because they hate women and children. They love their mothers, they love their own daughters. They don't do it because they hate. When people kind of sell drugs, they don't actually hate the people that will suffer because of the drug they sell. It's just simply they don't care. It's like when we want to wash our face in the morning into the wash basin and we see many ants there. What we do is just turn the tap on, wash all the thing there, because we actually don't know them. We don't care about them. So that is the two things. So what happens when we don't care about something? When we don't care about something, we have emptiness inside us, because we are born to be with one another. So when we detach ourselves with other people, we find emptiness. And that is very painful. So we might we substitute this emptiness by having a very expensive car, expensive house, and so on. But when we're alone at night, all we can feel is emptiness. Now look at now love. What happens when we have love? When we have love, actually we feel good. We feel oneness with everybody. And when we have love, we can forgive people. We can work hard for that person or that community or for our children, because we love them. And the reward of love is joy and grace. Grace is a Christian concept. I don't know whether we have grace in Cambodia, but it means oneness. We oneness with ourselves, we oneness with everything. We are at one with God Himself or herself. the question is, where does this fear come from? Fear happens when we have the wrong knowing. Like, I used to have a big dog, and many of my friends are afraid of the dog because they don't know my dog. But once they come to my house and play with my dog for a short time, after a while they're not afraid anymore because they know them. Fear oftentimes comes from wrong knowing. My friend thought my dog is, very aggressive. In fact, it's a very gentle dog. So the cure, the solution for hatred is knowing. If you hate people of other religion, if you hate or afraid of people with other ethnic background, try to know them more. Find somebody that you can develop relationship very soon. Once you know people of different religion or different ethnic background, that fear will disappear immediately. Because suddenly we realize they're just like us, no different, right? And how about indifferent? The same thing. If you know the people that we're going to hurt, we will not hurt them. Right? We cannot be indifferent to somebody that we know. And so my advice to people is try to know them better. Try to develop relationship with as many people as you like. People with different ethnic background, people with not so fortunate with us, people who are less have more challenge economically and physically than us. And we know them, we cannot be indifferent to them. Above all, love comes from knowing. If we know somebody deep enough, we fall in love with them. So my advice to people is try to understand them better. When we understand them, we're not afraid of them. Thank you very much.